too. I see a lot of potential tech chases. Wait, does he have a jump?
No, he's dead.
Oh no, Earl. Not a very good start for him, but it wouldn't be a stretch to say that he can bring this back.
I will say the one thing Roy has in this matchup is raw kill power, and getting like CoolKid at ledge with like a high percent side B. That's gonna kill pretty early. So
he F smash from center stage might kill him. This
I was about to say, like, that's the thing, you have an advantage. Even though you're down a stock, you got power to bring that back pretty quickly.
I'll think of it this way. I don't think Earl's down a stock. I just think he's not up a stock. You know?
So, excuse me?
I mean, you know what I mean. I mean, in a matchup like this, I don't want to call this an arbitrary matchup, but you know, this character just has so much, like you said, so much raw kill power, especially since Pikachu's so light. It feels like Pikachu should die any second. Yeah. That said, but CoolKid's been doing a good job of making sure that doesn't happen.
I was about to say, yeah. But the thing is, CoolKid has now got him up to around the 100 range. So, Earl on a pretty fragile stock while CoolKid just starting out second. But 2 nairs and a fair, definitely gonna change the driver's seat.
Alright, off stage again, used his jump, but he made it back just fine.
I would say, I feel like a lot of this right now is seeing where CoolKid lands his back airs or any aerials, to be fair, off stage to possibly take a stock pretty early, like he did on that first stock, and we might be seeing it once again. Used to jump early.
Sorry. He really doesn't repeat a lot of his mistakes, especially mistakes that cost his first stock. Like throughout a set, he's really good at adapting and making note of his own, not only habits but also just jamming the stage to make sure he obviously doesn't repeat them. And that's what this game is about, just adapting constantly.
I think that's really important for a lot of players to become from good to great, is being able to do what you usually do, see what the other player is doing right and wrong, and being able to change your playstyle, change those habits in order to benefit you later on. And Earl is definitely one. I mean, CoolKid is one as well. Like, he is one to just adjust to where, especially off stage, where people are trying to recover and where people want to just stay away from him, so that he mixes up with 50-50s.
Yeah, Earl's just trying to find any kind of way to take away CoolKid's stock. Maybe begin this comeback or complete this comeback. But it's not looking too good for him right now.
So I couldn't tell. Was that dash attack like a sour spot?
Yeah, I saw that. I hit,
or was it just a sour spot because it has a sour spot?
That all I know is that I've never seen it.
I've seen it before. I just don't know what the situation was. All right. So, you. I was looking at the top. CoolKid. First game down on Smashville, and that was actually a stage where I felt Roy had a little bit more advantage, just because he could use drop down up air and drop down there to really get some early kill stocks.
Yeah, absolutely. But I don't know. Without I'm thinking Earl's probably gonna want to go for some kind of flat stage, maybe, or if not tri-flats, then probably Kalos or something. Because actually, no, never mind. Not in this matchup. What am I saying? Not against Pikachu. Not against Pikachu. My thought process for that goes toward my thought process for that is just I'm sure like Roy's got a few good tech chase setups, especially the sour spots. So I'm wondering if maybe Earl would want to maybe mess around with that a bit, get more space to set those up. Because without these platforms for Pikachu to play around, without these platforms for Pikachu to play around on, it gives Earl a bit more flexibility to do something like that. But even that's like, kind of a stretch for something. So,
and I will say, with Earl going the classic route of just playing a lot of freaking swordies and characters in general, he has the ability to just kind of change his playstyle in general. Because Roy, kind of known for being that aggressor and getting those early stocks. But if he changes to someone like Cloud or someone like Lucina, where it's a lot more space-based, that's gonna definitely change the pace of the game.
All right, well, Dan's gonna head out.
Stream's over. Thanks for watching.
Yeah. I wonder if Earl's gonna switch here because I can understand why Roy might not be the ideal pick in that matchup, but I'm gonna shut up now because that is not what happened.
Maybe Roy's the pick. Maybe the stage needs to be changed, and that's exactly what you see.
Oh yeah. Oh, okay. Yoshi's. So obviously smaller blast zones. Obviously that benefits both characters, but with Roy, as you said, his raw kill power. I see this benefiting Roy a lot more, especially like you said, the drop down options.
And something that I don't know if it'll mess either of these characters too much compared to others. The sleds and slide might make things a little bit difficult in terms of general spacing.
Yeah.
But that is gonna be more on the players than it is the actual characters themselves.
See, another thing to note is that it might be easy to forget that Earl's playing with all first stocks this time. You know, that first stock last game was tragically taken away. Very early. But yeah, I mean, it's still an even game, 1 minute in.
I'd be actually connecting, but I felt like that was a little too much lag, which caused him to ended up losing the stock right there. But Earl being at 93 now, pretty fragile stock.
I like the way you put that, fragile. Because, like, obviously it looks like a pretty significant lead. On a stage like this, against a character like Pikachu, who can just kill you out with a couple of good exchanges. You never know.
And while Pikachu does have some moves that really pack a punch, a lot of it is like benefited from simple combos like back air or drop down airs, stuff like that set up for those power moves to hit.
Yeah.
Regardless, he still did that smash that wasn't a hit. Alright, not landing it that time, and Earl taking full advantage of the lag coming from it. Side B into the down B. I like how CoolKid uses that stall a lot of the time.
Very, like, in this matchup, I feel like it's really important because Roy's not really going to go off stage a lot, you know? Like, not only is his recovery not the greatest, but he's also not going to give up stage control like that, nor does he have very many impressive off-stage options in the sort of characters have.
Right now, they're really just kind of playing around each other, especially with throwing out a lot of these aerials. Kind of pressure and see what the other player is going to do. Something. Oh, wow. So, Earl, I think, might start making a run to take the second game, but he does need to get a lot more damage before losing the second stock.
Can he hold on? Yeah, can he hold on to the stock? That's the question.
Exactly. Any lead that Earl can get right here will make it that much easier to take this into game number 3 at even at an even 1-1. But CoolKid again at the forward smash. It just lands, dude. It just works.
It's like Earl said. F smash at ledge, right?
All right. That was a pretty bad situation. There's a situation where a lot of players found themselves, which we kind of saw right there, where one player or both players are in shield and one of them is facing the other's Zach. And in that situation, it was CoolKid facing Earl's Zach, which allowed him to just kind of get a free grab there. And honestly, just a free like 20%, if that.
I love how aggressive Earl's playing. Like in a last stock situation like this, you might be a little less inclined to actually push that advantage. But Earl seems to have no problem doing so.
Right, but like we mentioned earlier, Roy has the power to really just take the stock, even right there, getting CoolKid all the way to the blast zone.
Ooh!
The roll. Still
That
keeping
side
it
did
alive.
not quite get it.
All right, Thunderbolt coming right back up. Yeah, I heard it like on the side.
It's almost a prophecy foretold, man. Oh, he's low profile then, yeah. But it's like a prophecy foretold. Rooting high, quick attack and punishment.
Alright, but unfortunately, the forward smash did help CoolKid there. That back air for the punish of the lag. Gonna make it a 1-1 game. So, yeah, this is gonna be really back and forth, especially not just in the games, but in the whole set itself. I could easily see this going into a game 5.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, both these guys are really good. Obviously, Earl has a history, and CoolKid has a recent history of kind of running Wi-Fi lately.
I'm sorry. That smash lasts 85 frames. Oh my god.
Oh, wait, Pikachu? You're kidding.
Oh my god. After this thing in chat, I have ultimate frame data up, but...
Oh my god.
Okay.
I don't want to play this game.
It's like 10. I thought... Considering how long it does last, I didn't put it past it? So...
Well, I figured if it was going to last that long, I know there's a sour hit. It's not a late hit, right?
That's what I was saying, like, a lot of people get hit by sour hit too. That's why I'm like, wait, 85 is not too barbaric.
That's more than a second, though.
I'm also don't have my brain turned on right now, so it was one of those I read that I was like, huh, that makes sense. All right, moving on.
I still...
3, 2, 1, go!
Alright, Lilac.
This definitely seems like a Pikachu stage.
I would say, it does seem like a Pikachu stage, but as well, with these lower platforms, this benefits Swordies. Like, and a lot of people don't, like, acknowledge that.
I'm wondering, because, you know, Roy, obviously, he's a Swordy, but it doesn't really always benefit from being a Swordy.
Right.
So, sour spot each year. But, I don't know, man. I guess I could still see this benefit. Because I still like what you said earlier with drop down.
Right, and something CoolKid loses in terms of recovery from last game into here is that he doesn't have that whole side wall to use Thunder Jolt and kind of help safely approach. But not going to really be an issue if he's able to keep the stage control off of Earl.
Okay, I like that defensive forward. I don't know if something you see from Roy.
Yeah, I think that's really one of those, like, you kind of reach out and if it hits, it hits. If it doesn't, then it's like, all right, I'll take like the little percent I do. Oh, the side B? Okay, I don't know if that was misinput or not, but was able to recover pretty fine, and we're seeing them both at the same time. I like the patience from Earl as well, waiting for that forward smash to finish. You know, the 85 frames.
I'm never going to live that one. I don't think either of them will live that one down.
I mean, that's why he's named CoolKid85. It's for the 85 frames.
I love it.
Alright, up here in the back here, we're going to give a pretty good start for the second stock for Earl. And actually,
62% too, man. This is a good
lead. He's crawling up and still holding on to the stock. I'm really interested to see where the burst option is from CoolKid is going to come out, like that dash attack. So, I'm really curious. I feel like keeping the forward smash every time, dude. It just works.
It's gonna sound super dumb, but like, I want to say this anyway. Roy's side B is like a fruit combo, and I don't want to say that in the sense that he's literally like a fruit forward or however many things. I say that as it does as much damage like a small combo. You know?
It's like, the best way I've heard it described is like, Roy has a DLC side B, is the best way to put it. Like,
okay, here's the funny thing about Roy's side B. I'll try not to make this tangent. Here's the thing. Marth, Lucina, and even Crom's side Bs don't connect nearly as well. Roy's will connect mid-air with like almost no problem. So what's the deal, dude? Why him?
It's also along with the fact that it helps that his character is known for just being like an absolute unit when it comes to hits. And that side B can kill very early. Oh, barely air dodging right out.
Yeah, that was a nice catch by CoolKid, actually.
Yep.
Yeah, he was really nice.
But Earl really using the most from his lead to take whatever percent he can and possibly his stock if he's able to get that early kill on ledge. But I like how CoolKid is playing the center stage a lot of the time as well.
This is a really scary spot for CoolKid to be in. Especially Roy with Rage. That's a dangerous dance part.
Alright. This is really gonna come down to just
a little tiny baby F smash. Did I kill it like 70?
Yeah, no, that's nuts.
Oh, it's
like Roy hits for a lot. Yeah, game number 4. Earl up 2-1. And Lilat, like you said earlier, that's more of like a Pikachu stage, you felt like, but...
But Earl didn't care.
Yeah, I think one of those things is the Thunder Jolts that CoolKid is used to using ended up catching a lot of those top platforms and just rolled around them instead of where actually Earl was. Although it did keep Earl to like stay a little bit back further, it did benefit him as much as it would on like a stage like FD, where there's no platforms to kind of catch that Thunder Jolt. I'm really curious to see where this game 4 goes, in both characters and stage.
I'm really curious as to what Earl bans here too. I mean, obviously it's probably FD, but you never know.
Well, it is CoolKid's pick. I don't see CoolKid kind of picking FD, but I'm not them, so I'm just gonna see what happens when we get into it. Okay, Earl says he banned FD and Kalos.
Oh, smart man. I knew he had it in him.
Let's go. Game 4. Earl up 2-1. Possibly moving on to Greens.
It's not over till it's over. That's one thing. That's one thing I've learned playing this game.
Go!
Alright, CoolKid opting for the Town and City pick with the potential stage transitions for Kalos to really help him out there. Just so he can get back air upon back air upon back air
Upon quick attack to leg.
Ooh. Even if that didn't kill Earl, that was a lot of damage to really assist in getting that lead as big as it is now.
Okay. Doing a good job maintaining center stage.
Something interesting about like when you see later like bracket or sorry sets later on in bracket, such as winners finals, there's kind of like that transition of like when both players are like aggressive as like all heck and just going on top of each other to just doing nothing and holy shit.
Just
it switches so quickly to where it's like right now we're in the aggressive stage, but there's a point where they're just in shield waiting for an action.
You usually feel like cut the tennis. Because usually the first player is mid to the one who suffers.
I mean, it depends, because like some things are safe on shield, some things are like just better when space, like, or some things are just better when it's just you're in neutral. Wow, what? Why'd that jab hit? Wait a second. Yo, is that Taylor? That Taylor's working.
Pikachu's my favorite sword character.
What?
Pikachu's my favorite sword character.
No. Yeah, I'm not counting the tail as a sword. That is a very jagged, like, dagger. Alright. So they're, right now, CoolKid kind of has Earl in a position where I think it'll benefit him a lot, where if CoolKid's able to juggle Earl, even if it's just for chip damage, that's going to help him a lot. But that's like a personal bias. I don't know if like he's not doing it as often, purely out of it not being safe. But oh wow, that's still killed.
No jump, I guess. I mean, no, yeah, he definitely did hurt himself. You saw Earl trying to read that quick attack. He didn't pan out really well.
Something CoolKid, I like what CoolKid mixes up is his Thunder Jolt on the stage. Not Thunder Jolt, sorry. His quick attacks on the stage. Is he dead? Okay.
Yeah, I mean, he very easily
I was waiting for the jump to come out. Tries to go for the Harvey, not getting any dice, but also not getting punished for it either, so not a bad position. And still avoids the quick back here to end stock early.
Hey!
Okay, you know what? That was kind of funny. That quick F tilt to end the stock after the neutral B leg.
Hey, I think I'm used to it at this point.
I don't see a ton of Roys around the Midwest, so it's kind of nice to see Earl kind of bring him out and really utilize him to his full effect.
Yeah, come to think of it, I think Big Mac dropped him a while back too.
Alright, CoolKid looking for anything he can to take this stock off of Earl.
Okay.
Do not get time to get bodied. I swear to God, don't let it happen.
It is not just a myth.
Like it's the curse of. Okay, the dash attack quickly ended. I was like, no, don't do it. No.
Pikachu wins.
Talking about that Pikachu safe move.
Oh man, I was afraid it was gonna happen, but dash attack coming out clutch. What a great freaking burst move as well. That kills, that like kind of gets you stage control. It's a great move all around.
So I'm kind of relieved we're going into game 5. I mean, this is I just like how even this is.
Well, something that really benefits Earl here is that he does get the last stage pick for winning, for being up 2-1. So, going into game 5, the last game to determine who goes in the grands. This will be interesting because like Earl gets a little bit of options here. There's only 2 bands, so it really depends on I think where CoolKid wants to use those bands. And to be honest, there's not a ton where I feel like it's a huge deficit. There's some where it's like, you know, some are better than others, but none that like CoolKid can't work around.
As long as I feel like as long as we're not going to the FDs, we'll be okay. Or will be okay. I mean, that's not what I meant. Okay, as long as we're not going to FDs, we'll see a pretty even matchup. I think even if we did, like Earl knows how to work around too. And I'm not trying to show too much bias toward Earl. I think both these players are like very talented. I just think it's interesting because I haven't really seen Earl play on Wi-Fi a whole lot, and obviously we know CoolKid's like super talented too.
All right, but Earl sticking with the Roy for the whole set and seeing if he can clutch out this game number 5, as well as CoolKid staying trying true to the Pikachu I think the whole night. So
he's got a duck hunt too, though. That's pretty good. That duck hunt's pretty good.
I haven't seen his duck hunt yet. I've heard of the infamous CoolKid duck hunt.
Oh, dude, Straw Baby had to fight the hunt view. Wasn't fun.
I was gonna say, like, I've heard of the infamous one, but I think CoolKid is too comfortable, or possibly not too comfortable with the duck hunt to bring him out in a game 5 situation. So we'll kind of see. PS2 also being the stage pick does make things a little bit more interesting with those kind of. This is one of those like neutral stages, like everyone kind of agrees to go PS2. We also gotta consider it's a long stage.
I'm pretty sure it's longer than like actual FD by a good amount.
Okay, how about say, if he gets stuffed out from just reverse thunders. All right, jab.
I swear, I thought he was gonna F tilt. I thought he was gonna F tilt. That would have been hit.
CoolKid using the quick attack to get back on the stage really safely and get some chip damages there as well. So both of them on some pretty high percentage stocks. Not gonna find the up tilt there to finish it off, but CoolKid is gonna send Earl off stage. See what he can do.
We're just a Pikachu dash attack away. We're Roy F tilt away from center stage.
Yeah, a lot of options that they both have right now. It really is gonna play out how they space out their moves on defensive options and their general neutral. That Thunder Jolt grab almost did it. Jab not coming out quite as quickly as it needed to. Wait, what? Hold on, I'm confused. Why did backers him that way and then inevitably?
I swear, I've given up trying to understand this. I failed my job as a commentator, but I mean, when it hurts my brain, that's the point.
We're with you. We're with you, chat. We're along with you, wondering what happened. All right, quick attack still hitting Earl, and that chip damage is like just preventing Earl from getting the stock to get out of there.
I want to touch on something real quick. You know, it's a little bit tangential, but it's important to note on this. Even though like extra credit isn't always that substantial, it goes a long way. It's just mentally getting to your opponent. It's frustrating not being able to take your opponent's first stock and taking like these little bits of damage. Like, it really does mess with your opponent and cause them to maybe make some rash decisions. Mentality of this game is so for the mental aspect of it.
I was gonna say, like, the one thing that these players both like doing to each other is really just kind of mixing up their approach options, and defensive options on top of that, to be honest, to put the other player in a position where they really need to think within like a second, or they're going to suffer hard. All right, the back air, classic CoolKid85 back air. Also trying to, go for the up smash actually. Jab, not gonna lead into anything quite yet. It'll lead into something. Just give
it will.
Give it like 0.2%. 0.2%. Like, it'll be fine. There it is. Get the back air. Classic trend true. Easy kill option for Roy's. And this one.
Suddenly Roy's got a little lead going.
You're saying?
Yeah.
Easily.
I forgot who we're dealing with.
Alright, like the air dodge timing, waiting for CoolKid to throw out that back air so we can get safely back on stage. Now we reset right into the neutral to go back into this more or less aggressive between both players. And I think this is really going to come down to what we've been seeing this whole game. Both of them kind of at fragile stocks to where they need to play the neutral very well in order to secure the game and inevitably the set. All right,
I like this little poke down
the player on the center stage gets to avoid the tackle.
I see that lead, but not quite getting back here. Not going to do it because Roy is a little weak on the kill line side, as we know. That was just a little joke. But yeah, I'm surprised Blair played Jack take some of the overhead swing too. I didn't even really know that I had a hitbox.